We're going to do some pond ultralight bait casting, and don't have much time. We're just going to play it by ear. We're just going to see if there's anything biting over here at Lake Glen. This is over here in a good-sized pond over here in Texas. We're using the light feather ultralight kingfisher and that DIY inline spinner. Don't know what the bite's going to be like. It's going to be the first time this year that I'm fishing Lake Glen, named after yours truly. And we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see if we can maybe just get an idea of what might be biting here. All right. I've caught some pretty decent fish out of here in the past. Don't know what it's going to be like right now, given it's the early in the year. Well, we got a little warmer temps now. But let's see what happens. I'm just going to use that little inline spinner that I was using the other day at another pond for some little bass and bluegill. All right, let's see what we got here. Got a slow bite, it sounds like. Slow bite to start out the day. Water's fairly murky, not as clear as that I've seen it before. And mainly just going to work this section here, get a feel for what might be lurking here this time of year. Well, I've caught some pretty good sized fish in the past, various times of the year. And right now it's pretty warm, so I think we hit the 80s, which is kind of surprising. Come on, fish. Come on, Mr. Fishy. Let's go out over here, see what might be biting. And I'm going to slow the retrieve down and just kind of maybe see if there's something lurking over here. Nothing yet. I'm going to keep the wind behind me and just kind of keep the noise down, I guess. I'm using a little lav mic instead of my normal microphone, and I do have the capability now to charge as well as record at the same time, so I'm hopefully not as limited as I have been with these mobile live streams, fishing from or using my Android phone, and hopefully we can get maybe something to bite. Let's go work our way down here. And again, what I'm using is the Light Feather Kingfisher. It's the one that I use to cast 1 gram trout magnets. And at this point right now, I'm just casting a 1/16 ounce DIY inline spinner in hopes of getting something to strike. Just kind of walk the bank. Maybe it's a little bit too early in the year. Who knows? Or maybe they want something bigger. I'm not sure, but we'll just play it by ear. I only brought two other lures. Yeah, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Maybe I need to go with one of those other lures because I haven't gotten a hit yet. Let's see. Come on, Mr. Fishy. Trying to work our way over. Crank it out there this time and see what happens. Slim pickings, it sounds like. Slim pickings. Come on, Mr. Fish. I know the bite kind of slowed for me last year on this end, and I was getting more bites on the other end over there. But who knows? All right, over here at Lake Glen in the city of Arlington, in Arlington, Texas, just south of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And right now, we're not getting much. Holy cow. I was all excited to go and try fishing this little pond here, or actually big pond, for the first time this year. And I'm hoping I don't strike out. Let's go parallel. See what happens this way. No. Wow. All right. I'm going to switch up my lure. See if I can try a different lure. I think I've got one of those Japanese-style crankbaits that I have used out here. I don't like using it, though, because it's the only one I got, and they're tough to come by, is my understanding. So bear with me. Just got to get it undone. But hey, tough times. We got to try these different conditions and mix it up a little, maybe. So here's what I'm gonna try fishing. It's a little crankbait. Runs about maybe a 1 to 3 feet and it's fairly shallow. And right now this section I'm in is a fairly shallow spot too. So let's see if I can make that adjustment and see if this guy will get us a bite versus the DIY inline spinner. Let me get undone here real quick. Back in business here shortly. And I'm over here at Lake Glen fishing for whatever bites. And I am also trying a different microphone setup. It's just a lav mic connected, and I'm hoping that the sound is at least usable. So it's first time trying it out here. I've tried it a little test here and there, and it sounded good, but I've not used it out in field conditions yet. So we'll see how that pans out. And then additionally, it's charging my phone at the same time. So that's the other reason why I really wanted to try this setup, because being able to stream from your phone for more than an hour seems to be nice, versus getting limited to about less than an hour is what I think I've been able to get out of this when I'm live streaming. So let's go and try the Japanese style lure and see if we can get something to bite out here, because there's a lot of water and I'm thinking there's got to be at least one fish in here. Let's see. All right, I'm using 8-pound test Stren Mono, high biz orange. I've used 2-pound as well as 4-pound test on here. And I'm just kind of doing a little slow retrieve with a very enticing wobble that has caught some pretty decent bass. So let's see what happens here. And just slowly start walking the pond and, well, who knows? Let's just give it a try. Be a lot of noise because we are in a busy section. There's a lot of traffic back down that way. Probably hear a lot of the vehicles and whatnot around me. But right here in the middle of Arlington, there's a nice little spot where I can do a little fishing. Little after work fun from the old day job. I don't remember what this lure is called. I think it's a Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike. It's sort of like a square bill, even though it's not, but it does fish like one. All right. And we'll just kind of work our way along the pond. I did bring some Senkos, but I left them in the pickup. So kind of resting all my marbles in this one lure, possibly the other two that I brought with me. So only 3 lures, and so far that DIY inline spinner hasn't worked. And now I'm trying this little crankbait. Come on, Mr. Fish. Let's see if you're here. I'm suspecting they may be more along this other bank where it slopes a little bit more. And I believe there's a little bit more cover and vegetation. But before we get there, we might as well fish on our way there. All right. Been picking so far. A lot of water. Promising water. Ultralight Baitcasting. Wonder if a little stop and go retrieve might do it. The thing I like about this flight feather is I can shift from fishing 1-gram trout magnets to, I think this one weighs about 1/6. No, that's more than 1/16. It's probably more like a maybe 1/8. Little ultralight bait caster. And I picked this one up from the mystery tackle box, and it was included in there, and I believe it's from Japan. And I have caught a decent bass out of here using this exact same lure. So I'm hoping I might get a little repeat in this case. So that flight feather, Kingfisher Ultralight on the Handing Magic L Ultralight rod itself, 4.5 foot. And there's the lure I'm using. So let's see if we can get something. Nothing yet, but hey, that's fishing. You ask a true fisherman if he's caught anything, the canned answer, nothing yet. He's always going to catch something. It just may not be happening while he's fishing that particular trip. All right, come on, fishy, fishy. I'm going to speed up a little bit so we can get to that other end. It's going. Nothing yet. All righty. Let's try over here. Like I was saying, over here on this far bank, there's a lot more vegetation and cover. So we might have an opportunity there. But like I was saying also, is you might as well fish as you're working toward that particular location. And then I noticed latter part of last year, I was getting more hits on that far end, where there's a little bit more gradual slope, I guess, or more vegetation. So who knows? But let's just kind of work the area and see if we can get something. And you know, that's fishing. Sometimes you don't get them, sometimes you do. But I'm hoping this pond usually doesn't disappoint me. I've come out here with some fly gear, fishing flies, as well as these ultralight bait casters, and most times I do pretty good, but it could also be a function of just a certain time of the year when they become more active. Because right now I don't see much movement at all, even though the water is up. It's much better than it has been. I think late last year, the area got really covered with algae, and we did lose a lot of water too. It got really shallow at times, but who knows? I think there's still a bass or two in here waiting to be caught. And since we're here, let's see if we can catch one. I'm gonna speed up the retrieve a little bit. Stick it with just a steady retrieve. I'm mainly trying to cover water at this point, since I got a lot of bank to cover. And then later on, I'll come out with my polarized glasses and some Senkos and start targeting some of the beds that will be in the area when they start going and spawning. Bass on beds, fun time of the year. And right now, it's 80-something degrees here in the great state of Texas. Come on, Mr. Bass. Come meet Mr. Crankbait. Come on, Mr. Bass. All right, let's just kind of work it slowly. Nothing yet. All right, now we're coming up on that one bank with all that vegetation. So let's see if maybe they might be lurking over here. Oh, wait, let's get it out of that. There's a bunch of junk in the trunk here. Let's get that cleared. Holy cow. I only got this one lure here and I don't want to lose it. Well, actually, I do have another lure, but I don't want to lose this one. It's the only one I got. Oh, there we go. Bass on, maybe? What is it? Oh, that's a big blue golly. Looky there. Look at that guy. Oh, yeah. I forgot about these guys. They've got really good size bluegill in this pond here. Got this big operculum and everything, too. All right, first fish of the day. Woo-hoo! Fish on, fish on. All right. Well, what does that mean? I think where there's one, there's usually more. So let's see. Let's just kind of cast it straight out there. Stick with this steady retrieve. Like I kind of hit it fairly shallow to the bank, so maybe they might be lurking nearby. Good sign, good sign. We got a fish. We haven't struck out. Nice. And that was a bluegill, blue golly on an ultralight bait caster. Let's go a little bit further. Fishing the flight feather kingfisher on a Handing Magic L rod and that high vis Stren mono orange 8-pound test. Wait, no, 6-pound test. Sorry, my bad. 6-pound test. Okay. With this stuff, I mainly go 2, 4, and 6. All right. All right. Did not strike out. That's the pressure's off now. Pressure is off, but let's see if we get number 2. First fish of the day was a blue golly. Let's see what we can do with maybe a Mr. Bass. Come on, Mr. Bass, talk to me. Okay, let's pick it up. Let's go and recast. And it's pretty awesome casting with these ultralights. Amazed at what I've been able to handle on this ultralight setup. I've caught some nice sized bass as well as pretty good sized catfish as well. But what's also nice about it is even the small guys feel big. And that is fun. That is just plain fun. All right, let me work my way around. Yeah, we'll probably just do a little once around the pond here and then we'll call it quits. Gonna have to make that commute home. Come on, Mr. Bass, talk to me, talk to me. No. Denied. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Okay, all right. Not yet, not yet. And since I'm going to be simulcast as a podcast, let me go ahead and describe what I'm doing. I'm fishing over here in a pond here in Arlington, Texas, just south of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I am fishing a ultralight bait caster, the Flight Feather Kingfisher, and using a 4.5-foot Magic L handing rod, note for ultralights, and 6-pound test Stren mono. High vis orange so I can see my line and any reaction to any strikes. And this is the setup. When I knock it down to about 2 or 4 pound tests, I'll fish it for trout using trout magnets. But when I go a little bit heavier with the 8-pound, or correction, the 6-pound test, I definitely have no, oops, got some junk here. Definitely have no issue attempting to catch something bigger. All right, just see if Mr. Bass will accommodate us with maybe a strike or 2 here. And I'm just sticking with this steady retrieve. We are in a pretty busy, that's Highway 20, and there are a lot of vehicles there, so you can hear a lot of sound. All right, okay. Let's not let that bluegill be the only fish this round. Hopefully it'll be another one here. Come on, Mr. Fishy, talk to me. Nope. All right. I'll just kind of keep popping away. This is the first trip this year over here at Lake Glen, so I'm mainly just kind of scouting around things really pick up come the spawn when they're on their beds. And then later on in the summer, those bluegill and bass. In fact, we'll have a little fish derby from my day job here and see if we can, probably get some video of that later on this year. That's a pretty fun event. I'm surprised how many fish we catch out of here at times. It's all catch and release, private pond. That I do have permission to fish it. Good stuff there. Got to clear it with the individuals before you fish a spot. All right, let's keep going. Let's go. All right, come on. No, that one's clobbered. Let me fix that real quick. All right, let's clear that all. Okay, that's the lure I'm using again. High Vis Strand Mono Orange, and really just hoping to get another fish. That one bluegill was nice. Let's see if we can get another bass or maybe another one of those bluegill. And what I'm mainly doing is I'm just kind of casting out as well as acute angles to the bank, as well as some, sometimes parallel to the bank, and trying to work in the area. Temperatures got into the east, so maybe some of the bass have moved in a little bit into the shallows. Maybe they're still deep, or maybe they're kind of staying near some structure out and about in this area. I'm hoping that I may get a little pickup in the bite come this bank here just ahead of me. That tends to get more of the bass lurking, because I believe that's more of a sloping end versus on the other side over there. It's a concrete retaining wall. All right, come on. Let's see if we can get another one before we have to call it quits. I'm gonna stick with that steady retrieve and see where it takes us. Come on. Right there. I'm gonna bring it in close too, because I had one that hit fairly close the other day at another pond. So fished the whole cast. Oh wait, bear with me, I just dropped my microphone. Holy cow. Man, microphone came off, sorry. Okay, let me fix that. I have to do a more permanent setup and connecting it to this harness. I'm using a neck harness, so it's one of those things, instead of having doing a chest harness, I just put it around my neck and I can just start streaming on the fly. And I mainly do this because when I commute to my home, there's a lot of fishing opportunities, and being a lot of traffic in the area, good excuse to just stop and wet a line, especially when the days get longer and you have more sunlight to go fish. All right, let's work this area real quick. See if Mr. Bass wants to say howdy. Oh no, I'm in some junk. Let's get that out of there. Junk in the trunk. Let's clear that. All right, I cleared it. Let's go work this other bank here. See where it takes us. And I'm monitoring any chat, so if anyone has anything to comment on, I'll stop and answer. Unless I got a big one on, then I'll have to defer to catching that big one first before I answer any. Alrighty, all right, let's just kind of work our way up the bank here. Start working this edge here, as well as, it's been a couple of times I've gotten some pretty nice ones by some of these rocks where the culverts are. But let's go over here real quick. Maybe there's something wanting to strike over here. It's running fairly shallow, just a few inches below the surface. And I'm not really letting it sink. I'm pretty much casting it out and immediately retrieving. So I'm pretty much working the upper part of the water column. And so far it's only been one fish, but we can remedy that here shortly. Knock on wood. All right, let's just cut over here real quick. Let's go back this way. Water's kind of murky, but it is fairly clear though in some places. I can see the bottom over here by the bank. So yeah, I'm hoping there's a bass here that wants to play. Okay, Mr. Bass, talk to me. Or even Mr. Bluegill. I'm good with a little conversation. All right, let's keep going. I hope I got a slight overrun. Gonna have to fix that real quick. Let's bring it in real quick and let me just cast it out there. Just gonna walk it out. There we go. Got it. And then we might as well fish it. Gotta fish that cast, you know. Anyhow, this is a little break in the action, little opportunity to fish after the day job and wet a line. and see what's biting. That's really all I'm doing at this point. See what's biting. It's first trip of the year here at Lake Glen, and I'm hoping that it's more than one bass today. I did try a DIY inline spinner earlier and really didn't get any hits there. Switched over to this crankbait, shallow running crankbait, and it's been one nice sized bluegill. Only one. Don't have the numbers I normally get, but hey, I think those numbers will definitely pick up once we get a little consistent warm weather and we start getting to the spawn. That's when you definitely got to bring your polarized glasses and check out the banks and whatnot and see where they're staging. Because oftentimes that's all they're doing is just kind of staging, and you can see them right along the bank here. And it gives you a really good opportunity to catch some of your larger size bass that you don't normally see during the post spawn. Just keep walking it out. All right. Well, at least I didn't strike out. So one fish so far. Let's see if we can make it two. See if we can make it two. All right. 2 fish would be awesome. 1 fish at a time. Let's go. Come on. Talk to me. No, denied. Let's keep going. Nothing yet. Come on, not there. Okay, let's do a short cast. Keep it close by, maybe. No. All right. Let's work this covert. I just lost my lure. Denied big time. Lost my lure. He came off. That blows. All right, well, I'm bummed. I like that lure. Okay, well, let's try a different lure. See what I got in here. I got this little spinner bait deal. Oh, that was a really good lure, too. All right, this one's reminds me of a beetle spin, but a Bass Assassin style body. I'm gonna put it on here shortly, and I think we'll pretty much finish out the trip. Just kind of working this bank here and see where it takes us. Let me just snip off some of this line, and it cleared out a little bit. And now I'm gonna have to think about where am I gonna get another one of those lures. All right. Okay, and this is that beetle spin style blade. So what you do is you tie it on to where that little circle thing forms in the wire, and at that point you're fishing it sort of like a spinner bait. I believe this one weighs in at 1/16 ounce. Yeah, I believe so. 1/16 ounce, I think. That one's not in good. Bear with me. I gotta make sure I got this baby tied in good. Yeah, I hooked into something behind me, and then I think it was knot failure. So use your error there. The way the knot or the line looked, it had the classic curly deal. That is your classic sign of a knot failure versus a clean break. So bummer. We'll try this one, and then we'll see if we can get something to strike. Okay. All right, let me just clean up the right there, that tag end. Okay, and this is what I'm going to fish next. More like a Bass Assassin, but with a beetle spin style setup. And well, let's see if we get something. I just saw something move about here, so let's see. It's got a nice little turning action on the blade. Oh yeah. Okay. Here, let me fix the camera here so you can see a little better. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's try this. I'm just going to work it slow. I can feel the blade moving still. So nothing yet. Let's go back up here. Caught bass right in this canal deal, or this covert. But I think I just need to slow roll it, maybe even bounce it on the bottom some. And bear with me, the wind's kind of kicking up on me here, so sound may be a little tough to hear. I'm going to slow it down a little too. Maybe they're a little bit deeper. Come on, Mr. Beetle Spin. Or, well, I don't remember what the name of this thing is. I got it out of the mystery tackle box also. I'll just slow it down and see what happens. All right, let's go straight out. See if I can get it to work this one section here where it's a little bit, ooh, something big just swirled. I don't know what that was. Had a big swirl. Wow. I wonder if that was a turtle or if that was a fish. Wow, that might be a bruiser. Let's go keep casting over here real quick. See if he's interested. I'm getting a little spray from the fountain over there. Yeah, that was either a big fish or a big turtle. Big boil is what it was. Let's see if we can get him to hit. Maybe a little jerky movement might give it a little something that they're looking for. All right, let's keep walking. All right. Oh, there's another something just rose over here again. Let me try that. Little stop and go retrieve action. We're getting wet here. Holy cow. Let me get past this stuff. Getting some overspray, but I am seeing, it looks like some movement here. It's like I really don't want to go. There's some fish to be had, I think. Let's try it. Let's try one of these angled casts. Come on, come on, come on. I wonder if a Senko is what I should have used this time of year, you know? But it's pretty warm right now. Who knows? Well, let's just keep going. There's a little pipe here. Maybe they might be kind of staging along. Oh, there's a hit. Ah, very light hit. It looked like a little bluegill. Little bluegill. I wonder if I need to go back to that inline spinner. Little bluegill. Man. Gonna light tap on it too. All right, let's just cast back out this way real quick and take it back in. Come on. See if he's still there. It's a light tap. No. All right, let's keep walking the bank. I am seeing more activity on this end compared to the other end, or the other bank. All right. Let's kind of keep working our way over. I'll do a little twitchy movement. Nothing there. Let's come back this way. Come on, Mr. Bass wants to play. All right, well, I guess we've got to keep going. I'm going to slow it down a little. Let's go that way. Wonder if I need to just let it sink a little bit further down, sort of like those Ned rigs. Oh, there's a hit. It was a little bass. Little guy, like a fingerling. He swiped it. Okay, let's try it again. Slow, steady retrieve. I'm wondering, maybe I do need to switch back to that little ultralight. All right, let's just keep working it here. All right, let's try back here. I'll stick to that slow retrieve again. Try to get it further down on the water column. Come on. No. In this water, pretty fishy. I mean, it's just gotta hold a decent bass. It just gotta. Little fingerling is what hit so far, and then that bluegill. But I did lose that lucky lure or whatever. Man, gonna have to find a replacement for it now. Oh, there's it. There's the hit. He picked it up. Oh, it's another one of those big bluegill. All right, he ran with it. He ran with it. Nice. Yeah, he ran with it. Cool. All right. Nice. Look at that. Fish on. 2 bluegill now. And that was a big splash. You hear that? Big old splash. Okay. Let's see if we can get a hit. And I did that slow retrieve, and he kind of ran with it a little bit too. I wasn't sure if I really had him on or not. Come on, come on. Let's see what you got. See if another one will take it like that. All right, let's go back this way. So a lot of times when I catch a bluegill in one spot, you usually get some more. It wasn't the case at that other spot where I caught one. So it looks like it may be the case here also. All right, let's do another cast over here to my left. Slow and steady, slow and steady. That one definitely took the little minnow looking bait lure. Okay, let's come up over here, work this one little point, start off to the left. I'll stick to that slow retrieve again. Just kind of let it edge right in there. Oh, it was a tap. Oh, that was a little light tap, very light. Just kind of walk slow. Oh, there's a hit. Oh, and this one's a little bit bigger, it feels like. Yeah. What is he? Oh, it's another big bluegill. Well, dang. Look at that. Another big bluegill. All right. Looks like we found some kind of pattern. In this case, it looks like they like, oh, man down, man down. Oh. All right. Well, he's back out. Okay, so I caught one over there on the other corner by that concrete deal. Oh, way over there. Didn't get anything else. Some slight little nip bites or whatever, real light. And then I got the other ones over here, a little light bite, as well as 2 of those bluegill. So hey, maybe they're lurking in this area. Let's try it again. And what seems to be working is just kind of working it slowly. Just a slow retrieve like so, trying to keep it further in the water column. And I'm getting hits up close. That's what's surprising. Basically a rod tip away, or rod length away. And in this case, when I say rod length, I'm using a 4.5-foot ultralight. So they're not very far. Let's see if we'll get something over here along this. Oh, look at that. Just something just perked up over here. Wonder if there's a bunch of them just kind of staging. It's kind of shallow here. Surprisingly shallow, but there are a few fish that I've caught in this corner in the past. So who knows? Maybe I might get another one. All right. Let's keep working it. Go slowly, slowly, slowly. Let's go. Let's feel for the bite. Come on. Kind of working it slow. And what's nice is all the ones that hit on this, they definitely got hooked in the mouth. They were definitely going for the lure versus that crankbait I used earlier. I snagged them in the mouth, but also snagged them to the side. Okay, all right, let's move up a little bit. All right, let's try up here. A little short cast, and we'll just work it slow. Work it slow. Talk to me, fishy. Okay, no takers. Let's go back to the left. Try working that one bank here, parallel to the bank, and see if I can get something to strike that may be lurking in. There's a hit. Oh, shoot. He was on briefly. Okay, he was on briefly. I think we kind of found a little pattern to work here. He was on there, but I didn't hook him. It's like he may have picked it up and dropped it fairly quickly. Okay, let's go back this way. All right, we'll just kind of do the same thing, just a slow and steady retrieve. All right, let's see if we can get another hit. See if Mr. Bass wants to play. So far, it's all been bluegill. Nice size bluegill, but it's all been bluegill. And I've normally been catching a mix of both. So I don't know what's up today, but maybe the bass don't want to play. We'll certainly play with the bluegill while Mr. Bass wants to wait it out for us. Okay, let's go back this way. Slow the retrieve down again. Kind of work it slow. Bring it in fairly close as well. And keep before I pick up on the lure for a recast, because I have been getting some hits really close, about a rod length away, and I'm using oh, there's a hit. That was yours truly. All my fault there. He was on, and I just didn't settle the deal there. Did not settle that deal. Okay, just kind of work this corner here. All right, I got the chat feature, I think, on. So if you guys have anything, I'm kind of monitoring as I do this. It's a one-man show here. And I do try to answer any chats that come in, or maybe I turned it off. I don't know. I thought I have it on. Anyhow, let's keep going. Let's see if we can get a little fishy to bite. I'm standing pretty high up now, so maybe a little bit tougher to hook into them. Okay, let's go back out this way. Slow retreat. Now, if that wind is making it a little rough, taking my lure up pretty high in the water column here versus where I'd like it. So maybe a little tough fish in this high bank area. I've caught stuff in the past in this area way up high, but it does make it a little bit tougher because that wind will really pull on your line. You're not able to fish your lure as deep as you'd like. But we'll gut it out here. You know, it's fishing. You gotta try different things. Okay, that's all it is. Trial and error, trial and error. You don't know what may hit. You may find something hitting. Okay, right there. Let's go out here. Right over there by that little water deal. I'm gonna let it sink as I walk the bank here. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink a little. All right. All right, I think it may be a done deal. Let me try doing another cast here, and then we may just have to call it. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink a little. All right. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys joining. It was, I think it was 4 bluegill. Yeah, 4 bluegill. So, hey, it was fun. All right, next time I'll catch y'all here, and good luck and good fishing. Most of my favorite.